Each year in harness racing, a Caretaker of the Year award is given to an exceptional person who goes above and beyond with their duties. Grooms play a major role behind the scenes in the success of the horses they're associated with day in and day out. The 2016 award, sponsored by Hard Rock Roxino Northfield Park in conjunction with the United States Harness Raiders Association, was given to Justin MacEachern, who works for trainer Ross Croghan's Dockside Stables. Not only did Justin care for 3-year-old filly pacing champ Call Me Queen Bee, but he also put his own life on the line last winter helping rescue horses from a barn fire. I visited my very good friend Justin at his winter home at the South Florida Training Center, where we chatted about his Caretaker Award, life with the four-legged queen, and even about cooking. Justin, how totally psyched were you when you found out you won Caretaker of the Year?
I was beyond excited. I was totally surprised. I did not expect that. I keep telling everybody, I thought we had a better chance of getting Divisional Honors, but to be nominated, that was an honor itself, but to actually get, accept it, and it was amazing. It was absolutely amazing.
Well, it's pretty cool to be up here tonight, I must say, and I'm just going to keep it short, and I just got to thank everybody on my support team there, my family who's here tonight, and everybody in my family who couldn't make it in Canada and back in Foxborough. My team, Ross Croghan, Jeff Webster, Lisa and Eric Cherry. You guys are amazing. Thank you for bringing me on. And my filly, thank you for making me look good. And of course, the amazing Heather Vitale. I appreciate everything you've done for me this past year, and it's been great. I thank you so much, and thank you.
You mentioned Divisional Honors, so clarify that a little bit for the viewers. What do you mean by that?
Well, I thought Queen Bee, she raced in, she was a 3-year-old filly pacer last year, so I thought we had a good shot of becoming 3-year-old filly pacer of the year with her, 3 big wins, PA Sire Stakes final, setting the world record out in the Jugette, which I'm pretty sure if we won the final, it would have been a little different story. But the icing on the cake was winning the Breeders' Crown. So I thought right there, usually they say it all comes down to the Breeders' Crown. And we were second, but the votes were a little,
That's okay, though, because she's coming back this year, right? As
That's
a 4-year-old.
Right. Bigger and stronger.
You want to give me an update on her?
I actually got to go jog her in a little bit. She had a couple months off and enjoyed vacation very well, filled out nice, and she came back looking pretty good. She developed a fungal abscess early in the training back, and she actually got some time off. She spent 2 weeks in the clinic, and then she had 2 weeks stall rest, and it was a pretty serious ordeal. Lots of patience this past month, I'll tell you, because she was not comfortable. It was right in the cornea of her eye, and I could only imagine, you get a piece of dirt in your eye, I could only imagine having something actually in the eye. It was pretty hectic. It's pretty hectic, but we got through it, and she made the road to recovery, and we're back on the road for the 2017 campaign.
They say that you've been the secret to her success. So tell me about your relationship.
She's like, God, I don't even know how to explain it. Is she like a wife? Is she like a daughter? Is she like my best friend, all wrapped into one weird relationship like that? I can't really explain it, but she's very, very picky and untrusting of certain people, and I just kind of figured out her flaws and figured out what she likes, and you know what? The big secret to her success, I actually think it was ear scratches. She loves her ear scratches, and that's how you get her. That's how you get on her good side. And you keep her happy and you're on her good side, then she'll do whatever you want. She's an incredibly smart horse, and sometimes too smart, and she figures out a way to get out of what she wants to do, which could be, she's kind of her own worst enemy sometimes, but she's honestly, she's like a best friend. She knows me and I know her, and we've just, last winter when I really started to work on her and try to get her to settle down, we just had an amazing winter together, and just the bond, it's unbreakable. She's almost like a pet now, and I kind of get in trouble for it sometimes because she's a bit spoiled, but she makes money, so.
I can say I can vouch for the ear scratches because it was on Twitter. It was actually
documented.
Yes, it was documented.
Hoosier Park 2015, and I'll tell you what, that was the worst night of my life. Air scratches did not work that night, okay? I almost got tipped out the race bike leaving the winner's circle on national TV, and that was pretty embarrassing. Ask Scotty, he'll tell you. She was a loose cannon that night.
Oh, that's so funny. Okay, now, how did you get into racing?
Well, my father trained horses my whole entire life, and my grandfather trained horses. I'm like a third, fourth generation horse trainer. Dad did not want me to get into the business. He wanted me to go to school, get a degree, and get a job. He did not want me to get in the business. So throughout high school, I kind of fell away from the horses. I went to Culinary School. It's like Art Institute in Philadelphia, and it was amazing. It was absolute fun. I absolutely love cooking. I love to please people through my food, and my grandmothers, you know, they taught me how to cook. They're both amazing, amazing cooks and bakers. You know, I thought maybe that's what I wanted to do. Commuting every day, and you know, I was working in a restaurant making little to no money in the back kitchen, and I was just, you know, I wanted more money. And my dad, I think he was getting his hip replaced, and he couldn't handle the work, so I kind of started taking over the barn in the morning, and I was picking up little side jobs here and there, you know, different accounts, shipping and paddocking, and it wasn't until my dad recovered and went to work for Jimmy Tactor that he got me a job over there as a groom. That's when I decided that I actually kind of just threw away all that tuition money, and I dropped out. And I don't regret it, not one bit. This is my passion, and this is what I want to do, so, you know, you got to do what makes you happy.
Let me go back in my memory. Did you guys break foiled again, or?
We did, actually. We did. Foiled Again, wow, that was a long time ago. The owner of Foiled Again sent him to my dad, and actually that was one of the first babies that I learned how to, you know, harness and break, and it's actually a pretty funny story. My dad was line driving him, and he spooked, and he took off. This was at Magical Acres, and he took off. I don't know if you're familiar with Magical Acres, but the pool barn's here, and there's the track, and he took off across the track over towards Chuck Sylvester's barn and hit the pace, and my dad looked at me and goes, well, if he can start thinking right, he might be a fast horse. And a gazillion years later, he's the richest racehorse alive. That's a pretty cool story. I never would have thought it. He was not much to look at, you know.
Right.
What a tough war horse.
Let's just tie everything up by finding out what your goals are for 2017. What do you have in store?
2017, I'm just looking to double the earnings. We made close to 1.4 million last year. 2015, we did good. 2016, we did better. 2017, I'm shooting for the stars. You know, I'm really confident in the horses we have, and I think we're gonna have a good year. So.
Well, with you helping man the ship at dockside, I know you have a very successful year. Thank you so much, Justin. Thanks for being on the show, and thank you for all the stories. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks again, Justin. And I would be remiss if I didn't mention that in recent years, Delaware has had our fair share of award winners being honored as the National Caretaker of the Year. In 2010, Tom Kugel took home that incredible title. Then in 2011, it was Greg Haverstick winning it. On to 2012, Floorsville, Georgie Boy Daniels picked up the award. Then, just 2 years ago, in 2015, Big Mike Taylor was honored as the National Caretaker of the Year. And to all of those grooms out there watching, we want you to know that your hard work, love for our harness horses, and long hours do not go unnoticed. A big post-time thank you to all of the caretakers in the sport.